Okay, I want that too. You got
Thanks,
it.
bro. So it was originally written as, it was called Genus Guild, and it was written in 2007, I think. And I had, interestingly, in Genus Guild, I had this story where there were these characters called the Observers, and they had all of these posters up that said "The Future in Order." And then I took so damn long to shoot this thing that Fringe season 5 came out, and it's literally they had posters that said "The Future in Order," and I was like, "Oh crap!" So I basically went back and I rewrote 42 pages since Thanksgiving. Like it was just an opportunity to do better. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like observers see the future. It's so cliche. It takes place in 2042 in a parallel universe where things just went sideways. And you know, people have bioenhancements and they have all of these abilities and they have all this science that's like steampunk meets modern science. And so I realized that the locations were not possible. So I started thinking, okay, which locations are not possible and which locations do I need to get on green screen? And then the more I rewrote and read the script, the more I realized that literally every location was going to have some kind of visual effect. You know, it's all effects anyway. So what am I gonna do? Go out and shoot the street and take a building and then spend hours and hours and hours trying to decompose the building, spend hours building fire, spend hours adding a drone to a scene, or throw just a metric ass load of tracking markers on a green screen, get parallax, and just realize I can do any kind of sweeping shot that I want, put a 3D tracker on it, and then import that 3D tracking data into a fully realized virtual 3D world, and then I can just put my entire surroundings into that world and move around it in 3D space. And it seemed like that, shockingly, is less work. The point of the project is to eventually have a 95-minute series. But the idea is to have this ongoing web series that gets broken up where and I wrote it kind of this way, where there are these scenes that reach this plateau. It takes you in and then it gets you out and takes you in. And so the ultimate goal for this is a film that you can watch on Netflix or iTunes or Amazon or however we decide to distribute it. We're shooting this on the Blackmagic Cinema cameras. Thanks to Jason Diamond and Josh Diamond, you know those guys in New York, and also thanks to the fine folks at Able. They were gracious enough to let us, rent and use their cameras for a week. And interestingly, we flew Paul Del Vecchio in from Long Island, and so Paul, one of the things he did, and we were sort of sweating bullets at the last minute, is one of the things he did is pick the cameras up in a Pelican case, put them on a plane, and then he showed up like an hour after we had the studio with the cameras like, hey, I got them. So we're shooting on 2 of the Blackmagic Cinema cameras. But we're not shooting in RAW, we're shooting in ProRes. We've been building 3D backgrounds and building 3D virtual and the drones and the robots and the world and all of those things. We've been building those for over a year. The idea is I mentioned tracking markers. If you've seen the green screen, we have these crazy tracking markers. And so that gives us an opportunity for something like Mocha Pro to go in and see all of that, right? And so then the idea is to just literally key it and put the footage into this virtual world. Some people are going to be editing in Final Cut Pro 10, some people are going to be editing in Premiere, some people are going to be like Paul Del Vecchio is editing in Avid. And we're going to pull all of that into a little bit of After Effects to do just a little bit of finishing. And then most of that is just going to go straight into something like Smoke. We originally thought we were going to take 3 days and shoot 94 pages. That's fun, but didn't happen. And so what we ended up doing is we ended up shooting half of it. So it was written that way, where it was in like basically 2 halves. So all of that, those 48 pages, my expectation is it's probably going to be about 6 or 7 months of post. one of the things we're going to do is for NAB, we're going to have as much as humanly possible of this to show, so that we can not just show what we're doing, but we can show some of our workflow. I mean, we have Sky Talone, I'm sure you saw the shooting behind the scenes on it, so people can see how we did these things. And we have just a ton of information in and around this, so we can not just show the final result, but we can also show how we got there. Because one of the things I'm trying to do with the show, like that post-show, is I'm trying to explain not just what it looks like when you're done, but the process of getting there. Because I think that's the thing that's also interesting to people. Back to position. Put the donut down. Back into position.
And so they're just going to